Hi, I'm Sharon McPhail. Welcome back to my house. We're going to talk a little bit about education today. We're always asked at the forums whether the mayor should control education, and the fact is the mayor doesn't. But that doesn't mean that that won't happen someday, and it also doesn't mean that you can't, as mayor, impact the lives of all of the students in your city. Certainly that's been done in some cities in Michigan. In fact, when I ran for mayor in 1993, had I been elected today in the city of Detroit, we would be sending children to college for free. I proposed a plan called the Detroit Children's Fund, and at this point we would have 8 classes of children. Everybody you know who graduated in the last 8 years from high school would now be going to college or have graduated through a fund that we would provide in the city called the Detroit Children's Fund. And I got the idea because there was a program that I read about in New York called the I Have a Dream Foundation. And it came about because a gentleman was the graduation speaker at a middle school, a very, very wealthy gentleman. And he didn't know what to say to these kids. He said that the school was a middle school and it had a 90% dropout rate, and he just couldn't imagine what he would say that would change their lives. And it came to him to say simply, if you will graduate from high school, I will pay for your college education. And so he did. Well, he didn't think he was going to have to pay for very many because they had a 90% dropout rate at that school. But guess what happened? They had a 90% graduation rate after he said that. And so when you track what happened to the students there, you see that those students, I think about 67% of them got a 4-year degree. Another 20% got a 2-year degree. So success grew out of just that promise. And it occurred to me, what would it be like in the city of Detroit if every child that entered school knew that all he or she had to do is to graduate from high school and there was college for them? Because right now they don't think there is. And so if the choice is do your homework or play a video game, I mean, probably play a video game is what gets chosen more often than not, because there isn't anything out there. And this program, and people say this, where are you going to get the money? Well, you know what? You get the money. Kalamazoo got the money. I remember when I proposed it, the newspapers panning it and saying, oh, you can't do it and it's not a good idea. And then Kalamazoo did it and suddenly it was a great idea. Well, it was always a great idea. What's happening in Kalamazoo is what I intended to happen here, which is that the entire city is being repopulated. You can't find a cardboard box to live in Kalamazoo now. People will move because the future of their children depends on it. Detroit will repopulate, and the children who are here now will have a future. And that's what the mayor can do to impact education.